All right. So this is a test. And well, apparently it's working, but I don't think anyone's in here. Let's see if I can watch this at the same time, see what's going on. That's what I wanted to know. But well, since 10 people are watching, so I could get started to talk about. Yeah, hello, Dean Kruger. Nice to have you here. I made a video recently when I reached 3,000 subscribers, and I asked people what they wanted my channel for videos they wanted me to talk about. Hello, Hilton, and I got a lot of. I mean, I got a whole bunch of proposals, not proposals, propositions, and I can't do all of that. But two things. So I picked things, which is my views on faith and my view on politics, because people were asking about both of these things and a lot of other stuff too. I might use some of the stuff in videos too later. I'm babbling off. I guess I should try to be a little slower here. Yeah, hello Iowa. I'm in the Midwest right now. Sadly, I have to go. I don't talk very much about faith in this channel. I always end with a God bless you or have a nice day and God bless. That's about what I do. I made one or two videos that were more on the Christian bent, but I guess, well, I could call myself an evangelical Christian now. I sort of went from Lutheran through an Anglican faith, and I'm more of the evangelical kind now. So, well, I believe in the basic Christian truths, that Jesus Christ was who he says he is, that he died on the cross for my sins and your sins, and that he rose on the third day. And I believe that he will come again. And I believe he is the only way to heaven. And if anyone wants to know more about this, feel free to ask. And by the way, there's not that many people who right now will respond to what I can see people asking about. But if there would be a lot of people, I would. Oh, sorry about that. I bought new microphones a few days ago, hoping it would work out. So I think it's better. I might have to work this out. But of course. So 1 second. A friend is asking what's going on. I'll send him a link and he can join us. Let's see here. I'll just send him a link. Okay, so we might get one more person in the chat soon. Some things that hacking. What's the word in English? Okay, I'm sorry. This is my first try, so there might be a few things I need to work out. I actually had an article published today in a Norwegian alternate media site, which was about, well, Christianity and politics. Or actually, it was about my view on politics and how Norwegian conservative Christians view politics as compared to how American evangelicals view politics. At least what I've been able to see in and well, basically, I think that the role of government or the role of politics is to limit the amount of evil. I don't believe in any utopias. I don't think mankind can create the perfect society. I mean, it would be great if we could, but we can't. Only God can do that. That's my view on this. So, and I mean, ironically enough, politics even need to to limit the amount of evil that comes from within the political system. That's why I want limited government, a state as small as possible and as large as necessary, and neither more nor less. I think I probably won't be on very long right now. We'll see, because I've got other things to do too. But I need to learn how to do this. So hopefully I will be able to do this at least once a week, and maybe I will be able to work out the sound too. Are you guys still here? It's pretty silent right now. Let's see. You know, I love this country. Yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about that. Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, sorry. Stupid Scandinavian. I should have thought about that. Although I think roughly this time would actually be a good time. Not this Sunday, but other weeks. It's the afternoon in the Midwest. It would be evening, night in Scandinavia. So I might be able to get both my Scandinavian and my Americans in here. Oh, speed. Okay. Ah, so it could be something with the connect here. Where? Right. That's the word. So I found this amazing fizzy water in this country, but I'd like them to give me some money before I tell them who it is. The variety of stuff you can find in the stores here, and I'm in small town Midwest. I'm not in any big city, but you can just find all these amazing things. You really get to choose whatever you want. Oh, you have to pay for it, of course, but well, I made a video recently about why Scandinavians don't immigrate to the United States, and I got pretty much people didn't like that one, or a lot of people liked it, but I got all the haters on there. But I stand by my statements in that one. Okay, maybe I misunderstood a thing or two, but basically, there's been a lot of violence in my in Rosengård, I think it was. That's the no-go area in Malmö. It was attacked with, I think it was with hand grenades. I think they missed the police station, so the hand grenades went off on the parking lot right by the hand grenades, or I mean right by the police station. And now talking about they want to move the police station, and that's a capitulation. That's what it is. Okay, thank you, Sebe. It could be the connection that's bad. I can't do anything about the connection because I'm staying with friends here in the Midwest. Hopefully my connection at home will be better. I hope so. This first try, so I'll see what the connection looks like next week when I'm back in my apartment. Because I think I have a pretty fast internet. I got the fastest one. That's what I'm paying for at least. And now I haven't been home for a few days. So yeah, right now I'm paying for something I'm not using that. And we don't have any Polish people right now, do we? I mean, that would be great because I'm going to Poland next month. I got that trip for free because someone wanted me to come and I said, yeah, I'd love to pay in 2 weeks, and they say, oh, we can give you the tickets and the hotels. We like what you're doing. I'm like, fine. So I'll be in Poland, in the north of Poland, in Gdansk, from March 15th until March 19th. So if any Polish person sees this now or, well, later, you can comment, and I might be able to talk to you. Oh, yeah. I love the Polish CCC. Oh, Polski, that's a Polish name. It looks like one, at least one. Yeah, I recognize you from comments. No one has tried to kill me, but I've gotten a few crazy comments lately. I think because my channel has growing pretty fast for the last 2 weeks or so, and I learned some new stuff recently with the growth. So I'm getting more trolls out downtown. I'm going to beat the S out of you and stuff like that. And well, actually wrote that part in Swedish, so I translated and I wrote, well, aren't you a nice person? And instead of arguing, you want to beat me up. Okay, I see. So I guess I'm actually having some kind of impact, because otherwise people wouldn't even threaten me that way. So I'm really going to miss this place. I have to get back as fast as I can. So yeah, Manchester. Actually, I should go to the UK too to see what's going on. I know a lot of crazy stuff is going on. Oh, that, yeah. I think the situation between Poland and Israel right now, I don't really like it, and I think big misunderstanding. The thing is, the concentration camps who were physically in Poland, they were not Polish. Poles fought. I mean, I read an article actually in Jerusalem Post about this. The Poles fought hard against German occupation, and I don't remember his name, but they even ordered the people who was working, or I mean, who was fighting the occupation. They even told them that anti-Jewish activities is against our goals. It's not Polish to do that. So I mean, going after Poland is crazy. I don't think you should do that. Yes, they were German, exactly. I mean, I'm a strong supporter of the state of Israel, but every country is wrong every now and then, of course. I mean, and I'm wrong every now and then too. Been wrong before, I might be wrong again. Although, of course, you never think you're wrong there and then. But well, I've changed my mind before. I might do that again. But I think I kind of have the basics now. My basic is that I believe in Western civilization. Yeah, thank you, CCC. I have to check my phone too to see if I'm getting any messages from my American fiance. Oh no, okay. She'll be picking me up a little later. So that I'm just doing this short live figure out. Oh yeah. David's in Manchester. Yeah. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff about. Yeah, well, you don't really have freedom of speech, and you don't really have it in Sweden either. There's an old man in Sweden. There's an old man in Sweden who will have to stand trial because he wrote on Facebook that Islam is a fascist ideology, and he wrote that after having read a Swedish translation of the Quran. And they are charging him for hate speech, or what do you call it in Swedish again? Hets mot folkgrupp, like racial hatred, but Islam is not a race. So it's just crazy, but that's what I'm telling my American friends, that you'll be really happy about the First Amendment and the second, because the second is protecting the first. The first is freedom of speech. The second is the right for the right for law-abiding citizens to own and carry or God a little bit a day at least. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube is. I guess Google is trying to censor a little, but at least they let me approve your message, CCC. I don't see anything wrong with that one. I've noticed on social media now, when I write comments on Facebook, sometimes the comment flagged. Yeah, that girl. Yeah, I think she was Persian originally, and I guess she was a convert to Christianity. And yeah, Hungary they really did a good thing there. And the funny thing is, okay, I have been told I should look into this, but as far as I understand, there's a lot of Muslims working in the Swedish Migration Agency, and don't want to give asylum to Christians. While Hungary, as I understand it, they say that they are happy to receive Christians, but they don't want Muslims, and I agree with that position. And I'm sure Poland and some other countries that they are racist, but it's nothing racist about it. When I really try to make people understand, to say that I would prefer Christian Ugandans and Kenyans to move to Europe rather than Muslim Albanians and Bosnians. And I know a lot of these people from the Balkans are not very practicing, but I've also been told that there's radicalization going on in Bosnia. As long as you identify with Islam, there's always this risk that this is going to happen. Oh, that's interesting. Usually Netanyahu is pretty good. No, you don't need any more problems in Poland. I think I'm not going to like to be in Poland 4 nights. I think I'm going to like that a lot. And probably I will just hang out in Gdańsk. And there's a conference that I will participate in, so I will probably interview some of the other Scandinavians there. But I also have I'm to set up a meeting with one person in Poland who lives in Warsaw, but he said he was maybe able to go to get to meet me, or maybe I should go to Warsaw. We'll see, and talk about what's going on in Poland. And let's see, what is he saying here, Jan? Okay, who was Jan Karski, CCC? Something with the ghettos? Yeah, I know. Torque Alpha, I know that the Swedish politicians. Well, the problem with Sweden is that Sweden thinks of itself as a kind of humanitarian superpower. And Sweden also is a very conformist mindset. So of Sweden, the political elites, the mainstream media, they've been pushing the agenda, and people just follow. And the few people who have been voicing opposition to this have been punished usually not legally. Some have been punished legally, and some are facing punishment, like this old guy who will stand trial for because he wrote that Islam is a fascist, if not legal. But leftist activists call you online and they get you fired, and people Google your name and they won't hire you. I know a lot of these stories. It's happening in Norway too, but it's worse in Sweden. Do you think there will be a breaking point? If so, when? I've been waiting for a breaking point for almost 4 years. Back in 2015, I remember thinking that we're so close now. People won't put up with this. Then I've been. I guess I'm not as optimistic about that anymore. I think the one thing that Swedes really care about is what other people think about Sweden, what other countries think about Sweden. Donald Trump made his statements a year ago when he said, "Look at what's happening in Sweden." It was in turmoil, or I mean, Swedish media, Swedish politicians, they were angry because people outside of Sweden are saying bad things about Sweden. And also Sweden who have become in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, there are some of these. That would be foreign Swedes, but Swedes who live abroad, many of them are very critical of the system in Sweden, of high taxation, the high degree of socialism, and things like that. And people on the left in Sweden don't like that kind of Swedes. They don't like Swedes who left the country still have an opinion about Sweden, because they are usually more conservative than Swedes who stayed in Sweden. And I get that criticism too sometimes, that I should move back to Sweden and go fight in the streets or something. Well, I'm not going to do that. And I'm saying, hey, the dissidents from the Soviet Union, sure, Sweden is not the Soviet Union yet. But the dissidents, most of them lived abroad, or many of them did, because they were thrown in jail in the Soviet Union. You don't get thrown in jail in Sweden. Instead, they make sure you can't support yourself. Should I try to fix something with this? I don't know. I might end this live stream pretty soon and just listen through and see what it sounds like before I close. I think I know the feeling somewhat, Cassandra. I mean, I love Jewish people, and I always defend the Jewish people, because I know that in general, practicing Jews are more conservative. They lean more conservative in elections too, while people who might identify as Jewish culturally but who are not really practicing tend to be more liberal. Oh, that's what you did, Jan Karski. Actually, I haven't looked into Putin much enough to give to give a really good opinion, but I'm mildly skeptical of Putin. Let's put it that way. But as compared to what's going on in Western Europe, I don't know. There's a lot of craziness going on in Western Europe. The Visegrad countries, Poland, Hungary, Slovenia could get. They had an election in Czechia recently, and I think that went fairly well. And even Austria seems like they are getting it. Yeah, the EU is a really big cause of this. Absolutely. I mean, it's a globalist thing, and the thing is, I am all for free trade and stuff like that, but that's not the issue here. The issue here is to try to establish. First, you have a European state, then you'll get a world state, and that's the wrong way to go. I'm all for that countries compete with each other on being better than the neighboring country. Yeah, competition, institutional competition, I think is the academic term. And I'm all for that. And then Sweden and Norway should compete who's going to have the lowest tax rates, the best business climate. And if they don't want to do that, if they want to be some crazy socialist country, well, people are going to move to the best the countries want. Realistic. Let's see. Yeah, the Finnish election. Yeah, well, I expected the present president Sauli Niinistö to win, but I didn't want him. I wanted Laura Huhtasaari to win, because what's been going on in Finland recently, it seems like they are trying to do what Sweden has been doing, and I don't know why. And you have this guy, what's his name, Sebastian Tynkkynen, who is being questioned by the police again because of things he's been writing. And well, let's face it, you need freedom of speech. I mean, my view on freedom of speech is that you can say whatever you want except incitement. I mean, incitement to violence, I'm against. So, well, I'm not really that guy. think that I would be in some identitarian camp or anti-Jewish camp or something like that. I'm not. I mean, of course, there are a lot of people who are, for instance, of Jewish descent who I disagree with. There are also people of Jewish descent I agree with, and the same goes for Swedes or whatever. So, well, that's really how I see it. I mean, obviously, I'd like everyone to embrace the teachings of Jesus Christ, of course. But I have nothing against. I mean, Jesus himself said that salvation comes from the Jews. Without Judaism, there would be no Christianity, and without this, we would not have the Western civilization. I mean, my ancestors, they were savages until they started going to church and they stopped looting and stealing and raping. Well, I mean, looting and stealing anything, but until they were presented with the gospel. Spanish speaking only. That sounds interesting. I've noticed there are a lot of signs in Spanish around here, even though I'm in the Midwest and nowhere close to Mexico. Pamela Evans Chink says, do you anticipate violent resistance against Islam in Europe? It seems at the rate things are going, sadly. I think war is brewing. I think the Visegrad countries, I think they will put their borders to Islamic immigration. I think they already did that, but I think they will stand their ground. When it comes to Western Europe, France lost the civil war already, I think. And, well, I think growing movement, and I don't really want violence, but, well, Islam, Vlad the Third says, but we can, Vlad the Third, yes, true Christianity can. The kind of, for instance, the kind of Christianity that I meet in the Midwest, of the evangelical kind, it can, but a watered down kind can't. When it comes to Sweden, it's possible. I don't know, CCC. Islam is Kingdom of Sweden 20 years from now. It's a possibility. Oh, Cassandra is a Mongo? No, Morgo is. God bless you as well. Yeah, thank you. God bless you, Cassandra. I've started to write some articles for a Norwegian alternative media site. And the last one, or the recent one I wrote, what did I call that one again? Let's see. I have it over here. I called it the role right about Christians in Norway and the USA. And so I was comparing Christians in Norway and the United States, and I was comparing a specific kind of Christians, the kind of Christians who believe in the Bible. Conservative Christians in the US, they are called evangelicals. Some people call themselves evangelicals in Norway too. They pretty much believe in the same gospel, but when it comes to politics, they draw different conclusions. But I should probably try to return some other when it's not Super Bowl. Poland is a beautiful country. I've been there once. That was back in '97. So I'm happy. I look forward to go back there again in March. And well, I guess I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. And when I'll be online next time. Oh, Douglas Murray is good, but now I'm gonna go offline. So bye for now. Where is this one now? Oh, here it is. I'm confused. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Uh, but keep following my channel for more info. And if you haven't already clicked it, click the little bell under this video to the right, I think, to get notified whenever I live stream again or whenever I upload a video. And feel free to send me $1 or $2, by the way, or 10 or 100. Well, until next time, guys and girls. Uh, have a nice day.